Well, each week, a group of insiders joins me to offer perspective on some of the week's top stories. This week, sounding off on the coronavirus and its impact potentially on Indiana's economy and a lot more. Joining me this week, our Faegre drinker, Biddle and Reath partner, Murray Clark. Also, FirstPerson Managing Director and Executive Vice President, Paul Ashley. And Business Furniture CEO, Mary Beth Oakes. And welcome one and all to the Insiders for another edition. Coronavirus is dominating the news, so why not dominate the Insiders this week? Murray, as you look at this, obviously getting national and global attention, but also increasingly in individual states like Indiana, a manufacturing state. You know, what will the impact be on supply in goods and products coming into the manufacturers, all those types of things. As you look at this, where do you see it going?
So public health aside, right? Yeah. I think you're right. On the economic side, it's about the supply chain, and of course, China and the Pacific Rim, you know, has come down under an economic lockdown. Now, I'm told, or I'm led to believe, and I hope that China's gotten through the inflection point on new infections and is starting to open up plants and start manufacturing again. I hope that's the case, because I think that'll be very helpful. There's still obviously a lot of uncertainty outside in this country, in North America and so forth, but hopefully they've turned the corner anyway.
Yeah, do you think in terms of the impact, that uncertainty, especially as it relates to consumer confidence, we saw what the markets have done, these wild swings up and down, but that could be ultimately the biggest impact is on the consumer and willingness and wanting to spend and do the things that the consumer has done for the last decade to really drive the recovery?
I do, and on the public health side, you're talking about a virus that is more lethal than the common cold or common influenza, but really less lethal than many of the pandemics we've seen the last 25 years, SARS, Ebola, but very infectious, and and you can have it and not show any symptoms, and there's just such uncertainty, with it.
And certainly one impact on business is on travel in general, but businesses looking at Car Global and Carmel really reducing travel around the country and around the globe for them. And I know, Mary Beth, something's impacted you. Right?
Yeah, so I know we have suppliers out of China that do business in China, and our lender, our bank, actually called me on Monday morning to find out if we'd been feeling the impact of that yet, and we have not. I mean, at this point, we don't see anything slowing down with products being shipped to us. We have not been notified. Really those suppliers are just talking about the same things we're talking about business travel. How do you stay connected? How do you keep the operations going? But no direct impact yet.
Yeah, and you haven't reduced travel, but something you're obviously have to keep
we have not changed any of our plans. And I've talked to a lot of our clients who are global companies, and none of them seem to be feeling that impact yet of the supply chain. It is really more just about being mindful about business travel, best practices for employees. How do you, have some contingency plans that you're thinking about if something were to shift into our state?
Paul, you have seen some impact, though, right?
Yeah, we have. So on Tuesday, we got word from our global national affiliation, NFP, that said, hey, we're not going to have our conference, which was set to begin next Monday through Wednesday. And we thought that was odd because it's all 1,200 domestic folks and really no restrictions. So we decided to go ahead and keep the plans, use it as a chance to work on our business, not in our business, and meet directly with the folks from NFP in Austin who are headquartered there. So we might come out ahead and have a better experience, but it just felt odd to me that headed to a place like Austin, Texas, which has not been an epicenter for this yet, felt odd that they would cancel it. But, so be it.
Will be a story we'll be watching in the coming weeks, obviously. Moving on to education, a big education story this week with DePauw University naming its 21st president from Washington University in St. Louis, Lori White. She has an extensive background in education. A family has a great background in education as well. Mary Beth, you are a DePauw grad, a proud alum.
Yes.
What's your take on the
I'm so excited. I think it's going to be just really a new start for DePauw. I know much like many other small liberal arts colleges, DePauw is thinking about how to grow admissions, how to grow fundraising, and I think she is just going to be the secret sauce to all of that. I think the alumni are rallying around her. I've heard that she has a really strong student focus in trying to understand how they want to learn, how do they want to engage with each other. So I think she's going to even be thinking about experiences and how to make those experiences better for students. and ultimately how to get, alumni like myself to rally around that to help her to really focus on that effort, even like in the classrooms, right? Taking their classrooms to the next notch. So there's a lot of competition. I mean, DePauw, when I was there, DePauw didn't have the same kind of competition that they do today.
Right.
And today they're competing against schools like IU and Purdue, right? So we've got to keep up.
And competing for contributions, for
Yes.
funding. And Murray, I mean, the job, and it has been for a long time, of a university president,
Yes.
whether private or public, is largely about fundraising, right?
Yeah, DePauw is so important to this state. I wish the new president well, and her pedigree is extraordinary.
Yeah.
But it is about raising money, and as we were talking about, providing a new experience in the classroom and so forth will be costly, right?
Yes.
So it is about fundraising. It is about putting what's in seats.
Yeah, that's right.
But the alumni for DePauw is so strong in this state, and it's a well-endowed university. So. Fingers crossed.
I'm hoping she can take that story and really articulate it to alumni so that they
Tell
really
that
are
story.
compelled to want to.
And she breaks 2 barriers.
Yeah.
First female president,
Yes.
first African-American president,
Absolutely.
which just brings interest to the university, which is
It
great.
does.
No question.
Super exciting.
On the economic development side this week, a couple of big stories. Medical device maker growing in Huntington. Scipio Devices planning to invest about $14 million. Another one, Paul, in southern Indiana, home decor company moving to French Lick, 50 jobs, so a nice deal there. And they're using that announcement as one of the things to promote this new highway, the Mid-States Corridor down there, which would connect southern Indiana with I-69, towns like French Lick and Jasper and Bedford. A lot of people down there say it's going to be critical.
It is going to be critical. What wasn't lost on me is the fact that you've got a Boston-based company in French Lick connected.
Yeah,
That's not the
right.
first time French Lick and Boston have had a good exchange.
It's about time they reciprocated.
That's right. That's right. We send them Larry, and then they give us a great company back. But in all seriousness, the infrastructure that can be built down there from a roads perspective and interconnecting certain more rural areas that have good economic opportunity is huge for the state. In central Indiana, we take that for granted as the crossroads of America, and in southern Indiana, this is a great linchpin for them to pivot off of.
Yeah, a great example of that connectivity in southeast Indiana. And Murray, I know you're very, very familiar with the River Ridge Commerce Commerce Center along the Ohio River bridges in there. That has sparked incredible development in southeast Indiana and put that area on the map, I think, all over the country.
Right, and that led to the construction of the East End Bridge, which is an extraordinary bridge, by the way, if you haven't been across it. But, so that has really been transformational down there in the southeastern part of the state, really.
Final word, Mary Beth, the Children's Museum, we've long known it's such an asset for Indianapolis. Gotten so many awards and accolades. This week, USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice for top business or children's museums, #1.
#1, finally.
Yeah.
I mean, this is long-deserved recognition, right? We know that we have the best quality, the things that happen there every day, and then all the special exhibits. I mean, it's just...
But it's nice.
Yes.
But there is a real impact beyond the economic,
absolutely.
but just on quality of life and all those types of things.
Quality of life. I mean, things like that and our zoo and all the other things that we have to offer here, that definitely, if you think about all the efforts we're making to bring businesses here and to bring young adults here and young adults want to stay and raise their families, it's perfect.
Only have 30 seconds. Murray, I'll give you the last word on the NFL Combine, just wrapped up. Folks from Dallas and LA and Las Vegas, I think we're here snooping around. They're going to try to take it. Can Indianapolis keep it?
Well, I hope so. And we'll sure, how we pitch big sporting events. So I have faith in a sports corp, but it'll be difficult.
Yeah, a lot of people after it.
Yeah.
Great event and a great Insiders panel once again. Paul Ashley, Mary Beth Oakes, Murray Clark, thank you one and all. And we'll be right back after this.